If you've seen my most recent YouTube video or have been watching me live over on my Twitch, you'll know that Arc Warlock, more specifically Chaos Reach with Geomags, is absolutely busted right now. Thanks to the buff they gave to Geomags, I was able to one-phase the first boss of the new dungeon while solo. Check it out. Come on! Yeah! Now, Chaos Reach is great on this boss because it can hit all 4 of the Shriekers at once, dealing 4 times more damage than a normal Chaos Reach. But the thing about this that is absolutely absurd is how I'm able to get 3 Chaos Reaches off in just under 90 seconds. This build allows you to generate your super in just a few ad kills, and because of this, I've basically exclusively been running around with it since the start of Episode Heresy. So let's look at the build. The most important part of the build is Geomag Stabilizers. So this extends the duration of Chaos Reach, but also gives us 7% of our super back every time we pick up an Ionic Trace. So this build is just going to be about making a bunch of Ionic Traces to get our Chaos Reach back over and over again. So because of that, the weapon we're using is Delicate Tomb, which just generates Ionic Traces on kills. Also what it does is when you pick up an Ionic Trace, it jolts. And that's really important because our first aspect is Electrostatic Mind, which defeating jolted or blinded targets creates an Ionic Trace. So once we pick up an Ionic Trace with Delicate Tomb, we're going to jolt everything, and then every kill is going to give us an Ionic Trace with Electrostatic Mind. And then we have also Spark of Beacons, which, while we're amplified, Delicate Tomb is going to make a blinding explosion on every kill as well. And so everything's going to be jolted, everything's going to be blind. We're covering all our bases for Electrostatic Mind, basically. Spark of Discharge adds an additional chance for Delicate Tomb to create Ionic Traces. Spark of Ions, again, everything's going to be jolted. Defeating jolted targets creates Ionic Traces. So we're just adding more and more. These all stack additively, so we're just making a billion Ionic Traces. Spark of Frequency, this is to synergize with our Ionic Sentry, which if you haven't used this in the new aspect, and it just gives you like an arc turret, and the whole point of the arc turret is to give you bolt charge. So this is your way of getting bolt charge. This just doubles the amount of bolt charge you're going to be getting when you're amplified, which you'll be amplified the whole time. Now, bolt charge is really good with the artifact mods Flashover and Defibrillating Blast. Flashover over doubles the damage of bolt charge. It's doing a lot of damage right now, so you should be using this if you're not. And Defibrillating Blast is kind of like your sustain. So every time you proc bolt charge, it's going to heal you. So the only issue with Arc Warlock is you're kind of squishy. You don't really have a lot of sustain. But with Healing Rift, Amplified giving you damage reduction, and Defibrillating Blast, you're actually pretty good. So yeah, that's basically the build. It's just make a bunch of Ionic Traces, and yeah, Chaos Reach a lot of stuff. That's pretty much it. So I don't generally make these build videos, but I wanted to make this video because a lot of people have been asking me about this, and I haven't really seen a big video on the new Arc Warlock with Geomags and such. So yeah, let me know how you guys go with the build. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. And yeah, have a good one.